Beyond the tinsel and the turkey, beyond the angels and the shepherds, beyond the ox and the ass, the truth about Christmas is that God lived among us in Jesus Christ. And in the Gospel of John, that word lived among us has some very interesting layers in its meaning. It comes from a Greek word which speaks about living in terms of having a shelter, having something which is temporary, a place to be, but only for a while. And as this year we celebrate with our families as we gather for the feast that is at the heart of Christmas, the Christmas lunch and all the trimmings, presents around the tree, I can't help remembering that term. He lived among us. He found a shelter, a temporary dwelling place. And of course, we have seen on television the dismantling of the shelters, the temporary dwelling places of the asylum seekers in Calais. We've seen young people, particularly, badly affected by finding that they have nowhere to be. And I can't help thinking that that was the experience of God living with us. He came to his own, and his own did not receive him, St. John says. This Christmas we have a challenge, not simply to receive Jesus Christ into our lives and to respond to his call to follow him in the way of the gospel. We have a challenge also to receive the stranger into our midst. Recently I was at a fascinating meeting of faith leaders. The Muslim faith leader spoke to us about the ways in which again and again in his tradition God is referred to as merciful. He spoke to us again and again about the ways in which peace and respect for human beings was integral to his tradition. The Jewish speaker spoke about the way in which in the Old Testament she found a repeated emphasis on the importance of the stranger in your midst. As we gather with our families, we might also this Christmas be mindful of those who have left their families behind because they were no longer able to live in the place that they thought of as home. I hope that we will, in the year that lies ahead of us, find it in our hearts to ensure that here with us, as strangers in our midst, those who are most vulnerable, those who have lost everything, especially the young, will find here a home and a welcome, just as we seek to give Jesus Christ a welcome this Christmas. My prayer for you as you celebrate this Christmas is that you have a wonderfully happy Christmas, that God blesses your homes, your families, and makes them places of welcome.
And I stumbled at mercy's door.